Saturday morning, March 22nd, 2025. Ken Arzone here in Vista, California, looking at Pete Rose, 303 career batting average, looking at all his seasons from 1963 through 1986. We made it through the 60s and 70s. Pete in 1980, 39 years old. How did he do? Excellent. 162 games, 655 at bats. 95 runs scored, back-to-back 90-plus runs scored seasons. And how many over 90 runs scored seasons does Pete Rose have up to this point? Let me count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. His 15th season, 90 runs or more scored. And I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. His 10 seasons of 100 runs scored. Not bad. He goes 185 and hits. That's down from 208 the year before, but I'll take it. 185 hits for 39-year-old. That proves he can hit. 42 doubles, 1 triple. He hit 1 home run. I don't understand this one, do you? He had 655 at-bats. He hit 1 home run. 64 runs batted in, which is poor in my estimation. Because if you play 162 games, you need 100 runs batted in. He only had 64. 66 walks. He bats 282, so that breaks a string of 300 batting average season. He has 14 of them total. 14 seasons, 300 or better. He goes 282. So a little slippage. 352 on base, 354 slugging, 232 total bases. So 1980, new decade. Pete's 39 years old. He keeps playing, keeps chugging it out. How many years does he have left? He's got 6 more years. He plays 81 through 86. Let's see how he does in those videos. Each season, I devote a video and I analyze it. I've got a lot of things to say about Pete Rose, good and not so good, coming up in the next videos, especially about his production, what could have been. There are some areas in Pete Rose's career which could have been much, much better if the managers that he played under had batted Pete Rose third. When Pete Rose was batting leadoff or second, his production went down in RBIs. But if he was batting third or fourth, he ended up with 1,314 RBIs total. That should have been 2,000 RBIs. The way that Pete hit, because he had the 4,256 hits. You have that many hits, your RBI total should be much higher. I'll give you an example. Ty Cobb had 4,189 hits, right? So Pete beat him by about, 60 hits, roughly. Did you know how many RBIs Ty Cobb had in his career? I'll give you the exact number. Tyrus Cobb, RBIs. He had 1,944. Yet Pete Rose played 500 more games than Ty Cobb. Why wasn't Pete Rose up in the 1,900 or 2,000 RBI production area? I'm giving you an example. Now, Ty Cobb was not a home run hitter. He had 117 in his career, Pete Rose had more home runs, right? How many home runs did Pete? He hit 160. So Pete had more home runs, yet he had less RBIs. Why? Because where Pete was batting in the lineup, the managers made a mistake, in my opinion. If I was managing, Pete Rose bats third or fourth. Because I want him coming up with men on base so you score runs and win games, right? Come on. He had 4,256 hits. Why does he not have 2,000 RBIs? I give you an example of Ty Cobb. Same kind of player as Pete. He had 4,189 hits, yet he got 1,944 RBIs. Did you know how many times Ty Cobb had 100 RBIs in a season? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times he had 100 RBIs in a season. 1 year he had 127. Compare him with Pete Rose. How many 100 RBI seasons did Pete Rose have? 0. Zilch. Nada. Nothing. None. Pete went 24 years and did not have a 100 RBI season. His high in RBIs, I'm looking at it, 82. That really gnaws me, or really gets to me. Pete! I got a lot more to say about Pete Rose and the RBI production. In fact, he set a record. Did you know that he had the most at-bats in one season and the fewest RBIs in 1 year combination? Most at-bats, fewest RBIs in a season, a record. We'll get into it. I'm going to analyze his RBI season. In fact, he did it more than once. So we'll get into it. Talk to you later. Next video, the 1981 season for Pete Rose. I'm out.